Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to my therapy office. Once again, my name is Scott Carter. I'm a therapist here in the beautiful Salt Lake Valley. I am a teen family specialist. Is my where I really excel is teen and family therapy. If you're new here, my content here has largely to do with helping parents create a better connection with their kid, resolving issues with teens, and within the teen and parent relationships. Kids that have good relationship with their parents tend to be much more successful in life, much more successful in working through problems and issues, which they have. I've talked about perfectionism. I've talked about I'm going to hit on this a lot. It's a big problem. But in one of my videos, I talked about perfectionism. In another video, I've talked about how we've basically turned childhood into a mental health disorder. And in this video, I'm going to talk about why I love the problem kids. So a little bit about my background. I've worked a long time with teenagers, going on 20 years. I have seen just about every conceivable problem and issue with teens that you could potentially come up with rare exceptions. If your kid is having problems, I've probably seen it, I've probably dealt with it, I've probably worked with it, including adolescent schizophrenia, including severe trauma, cutting, actually cutting a lot. I've dealt with a lot of cutting. It's not that uncommon. Drug abuse, homelessness, you name it. Okay. And I've worked with kids who are the roughest kids that the system has managed to scrape up. I worked in one treatment center that actually it was kind of the end of the line for most of these kids. I think I talked about this in a different video, but I worked at this place where some of these kids were facing prison time if they were not successful in this program. And these are some of the roughest kids that's managed or the system has found. I even worked with one kid that some crazy social worker drug off of some remote island in Alaska. Let his community manage him. I don't know why you need to ship him off to Utah. Whatever. Anyways, I love the problem kids. They're my kids. They're just a special place in my heart for the kids that have problems and issues. Most of them come from rough homes. But I also love kids that have problems because those are the kids, oftentimes, because I see kids that come from good homes and good families that have problems and issues, and where the parents and the family and maybe the school sees a kid that has a problem. I see a kid who is testing the fences, testing the limits, pushing the limits, trying to understand boundaries. And here's why I like those kids though. Those kids actually have a strength that they haven't harnessed. They have a power and a strength that they haven't reined in yet, that they haven't harnessed. And I believe it's our job as adults to help them harness and point those things. Kids who are really headstrong or stubborn. And don't be headstrong and don't be stubborn. No, they should be headstrong and stubborn. I like those kids. They should be headstrong and stubborn. They shouldn't just do what they're told by everybody all the time. They should question authority. They should push outside the lines a little bit. Granted, there's a right way and a wrong way to do it. There's a respectful and a disrespectful way to do it. There's a way they can do it where they learn, and there's a way they can do it where they get punished. They should be taught how to do it in a positive way, and they can. I love the problem kids. Those are the kids that really have the potential to do amazing things when they grow up. The kids who are going to grow up and be willing to say, no, I'm going to do this my way. I'm going to find a better way. I'm going to find what works for me. And I think most parents would agree. They want a kid. They want a kid who will push back if they're pushed, who will stand up for themselves, who will push the limits of what is perceived to be possible. And the kids who have problems as children are more likely to grow up to be the adults that do amazing things. We don't need to punish those kids or discourage those kids. We just need to teach them. We need to mentor them. We need to embrace them. We need to help them see that those behaviors work against them. They're working against themselves with those behaviors. That they may get them in trouble if a kid is having an issue with the teacher. It's like, let's teach them how to effectively problem solve with that person, with that teacher, instead of just putting them down and I can't believe you have a problem. Kids will have problems, folks. If you're not willing to have problems with your kids, then don't have them. Just get a dog. Cat. I like cats. They're cool pets. The kids who have problems, they're fun. They're gonna be sarcastic back. They're gonna tease me because I'm a tease. I like those kids. They're fun. Those kids are gonna try new things. Those kids are gonna face their fears. Those kids are going to feel fear of potential getting in trouble and try it anyways. And they don't, they need to understand which things will bring them harm and which things will not. They need to learn those things. But we don't teach them those things if we're just constantly yelling at them. I've drawn these lines, and if you step outside of them, I freak out. So just don't step outside of them. Don't learn. We're not going to teach you. We're not going to help you understand why. We're just going to draw lines on the ground and tell you not to step outside of them just because. And I think it's because we're uncomfortable with them stepping outside of the lines. I see this a lot too with parents. I mean, if a kid tries something new, they're going to make mistakes. They're going to fall down. They're going to fail the first few times. They're supposed to. It's normal. If a kid decides to go skateboarding, he or she is going to fall off the skateboard. And it's important to understand that it's okay for them to fall off. But what's really important is that they get back on. If they fall down, of course they're going to fall down. Everybody does. Everybody falls down almost every single day. What's important is that they get back up. The problem kids are the kids who are like, I'm going to try that. I want to skateboard. I want to ski. I want to snowboard. I want to ride a motorcycle. I want to open my own business someday. We need to think about how to build on those strengths instead of discouraging them, because it's like a diamond in the rough. It just needs to be cut and applied in the right way, and those kids will do awesome things. They need to be taught and mentored. I mean, that's just the bottom line. I love the problem kids. I mean, parents contact me, my kid's having problems. Oh, good. Excellent. Some tremendous learning opportunities ahead. Now your child has the opportunity to truly be successful because they are going to overcome some obstacles. But we have gotten out of the habit of looking at it that way. We instead have gotten in the habit of looking at it like, I just want my kid to have a happy, healthy, bump-free life, that I just want it to be smooth and easy peasy all the way. It's not realistic, folks. Sorry. You're like, people will come and sit on my couch. Yeah, that one. And sometimes what they expect is so unrealistic. And right outside here, by the way, we have these big, beautiful, amazing mountains. Huge, they're really close. They're really beautiful. And they're really big. And they're really steep and really tall. And it's like, well, go move those mountains. I mean, those mountains aren't moving. So you gotta understand that some things are the way they are. Those mountains are not going to move, not by any of our efforts, anyways. We shouldn't move them anyways. They belong there. Some things in life are that way. Kids are going to have problems, and those mountains are not going to move. So, anyways, that's going to do it for this video. If you like my content, don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, please consider becoming a patron on Patreon. I'm going to make some really excellent exclusive content for my patrons. I want to make some efforts in bringing a better approach to parenting in our culture. It's just got to be done. We're losing our kids at record rates. Our suicide rates are sky high. We've got to do something different. A lot of things different. So, and so my patrons on Patreon will get a lot of my true, good quality, exclusive content. So go check it out. The link is in the description below. You can also support my efforts to fight teen suicide. I need money to provide kids with counseling, kids who are suicidal and struggling, lacking resources. You can help me out that way as well. All the links and stuff in the description below. So that's going to do it for me today. I got a kid coming soon. Be here in my office soon, so I got to go. Take care, everybody. See you next time.